Good evening, and I welcome you, students, for another important webinar on proteins, their structures, and then we will also study the nucleic acid students, very important part of the biochemistry. You have been told, students, there are amino acids. Then we told you about poly peptide bond formation. Then we told you about polypeptides, students, polypeptides. So if we ask you
Yes,
a
sir.
simple question that what are protein students? What is your answer? What are protein student?
Sir, proteins are long chain polypeptides consisting of many amino acids joined by peptide linkage.
As we told you when we started with biochemistry student, carbohydrates, fats, and all these molecules, we are talking biomolecules. And as you see that the biomolecules are student, big molecules, they are polymer student, polymers. So there are some small monomer units which will combine with certain types of bonds, which we told you in carbohydrates. What was the linkage in carbohydrates?
Glycosidic.
Glycosidic linkage. There will be other type of glycosidic linkage also, which we will see, student. That glycosidic linkage was a COC type of linkage, oxide bond formation. And in that case, student, you are seeing that there is a loss of water molecule when such a process takes place. Loss of water molecule. This is important that water is being lost and you are getting the joining of these monosaccharides, which we have seen. And when esters are formed, how esters are formed? How esters are formed in chemistry? When fats are formed, student, what are fats? What are fats, students? What type of bond is going to be formed, student, when fats will be formed? You see glycerol, and then you have carboxylic acids. What will happen? What will happen? What type of bond is there? There is a bond everywhere, student. That's what I want to emphasize.
Okay.
There are ester bonds when you get fats, saturated fats, unsaturated fats, all this. So biomolecules, I'm talking of biomolecules, students, saturated fats, unsaturated fats. So how many long chain carboxylic acids are combining, student? C17, H35, and COH, like that. So, what you are seeing that there is a bond which is formed. And when amino acids combined, student, what was that bond which is present in them?
Peptide bond.
Peptide bond. So, peptide bond is formed, student. How it is formed?
Peptide bond is formed between alpha amino uh, acid of one and alpha carboxylic acid group of the other.
Alpha carboxylic. What is alpha carboxylic?
Alpha amino group and carboxylic group of the other peptide.
Other peptide. You have given a number of
Other.
that. What is that? C1, and what is that number? Number of COH group was 1, and the number of nitrogen, you said which nitrogen? Which nitrogen? Because there could be
One.
more than one nitrogen and more than one COH group present in the amino acids. That is the story you have been told. So,
Nitrogen will be two.
yeah, I mean, why we are doing all this? Because there is a reason for that. Questions are going to be framed on very one word student, where one word will be changed. All the choices will look to be the appropriate. See my point? That where the linkage is going to take place, what type of bond will be formed. Students, they are very important. That is the basic how the fundamental units are combining. Small units are combining to form big chains, student. And these chains then take different type of shape, students. Primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structures. They can fold, student. So basically, what we have told you that proteins are large biomolecule, students. Macromolecules, they will have large molecular mass, more than 10,000 U, and there will be at least one long chain of amino acid residues, at least one chain, long one, and that is what we call as a polypeptide. Polypeptide, and a peptide is nothing but an amide type of covalent bond, covalent alpha amino acid from C1 carbon one of an alpha amino acid and two nitrogen of the other student will form a bond, which we showed you last time. Is it clear?
Yes,
So,
sir.
students, these are the polypeptides, long chain polypeptide chains which are being formed, student, which are being formed, which we are aware of that. We have shown you CONH type of linkage, student. This is example of glycine, alanine, and these products will have more than 100 amino acid residues, more than 100 amino acid. But there is one with 51 amino acids. What is that? Which is also considered as a protein, students.
Insulin.
Insulin, okay. What is insulin? Where it is used, students? Insulin. Insulins, you are aware of the insulins?
Yes, sir.
What is insulin? It is important compound,
Uh,
student.
s- Sir, insulin is actually a hormone which is secreted from the pancreas from point of view of biology, which helps in lowering down the blood sugar levels. But
Okay,
it is
got it.
actually a protein consisting of
So the
51
people
amino
with
acids.
suffering from diabetes, what they are doing? They are being given some insulin
Yes, sir.
injections, or what is that?
Sir, it could be in the form of pills, or in severe cases, it could also be in the form of injections.
Injections. So everything is related. I mean, there's so much use of everything. Once we start learning, there is no end to learning. What I want to tell you, knowledge, more knowledge we acquire, the better we are. And there is a student so much to learn, from chemistry to bio to the everyday chemistry and our all body student, everything, chemical reactions, chemistry. And it is always good to learn more and more, but there is no end to it. Curiosity of learning is very essential, student, in our life. Nothing will go waste. Let me tell you, physics, chemistry, bio, maths, everything we are using. What we are not using, tell me. Are we not making graphs? Are we not doing numericals? Are we not using math, students? Are we not doing three-dimensional picture, students, in solid state? Are we not doing imagination and all these things, students? Are we not talking of
Yes,
physics,
sir.
everything? Now I'm talking of
Yes, sir.
biology, student. I'm not a biology student, but I am learning. So I am more curious to know more about it, student. That's very important that we should have a knowledge. We should have curiosity of learning. Curiosity of learning is very essential, student, in every part of life. And then we will
Yes,
enjoy
sir.
the physics, chemistry, bio, because this is a science, student. Everything is science, I said. Our life is science of life. Science of life. Whatever we do, whatever we talk, student, whatever clothes we wear, students, our actions, everything is now science. In the mind, student, is working. Mind should be working, as I always say. It should never be at rest. Only when we sleep, then it goes to rest. Even a lot of discoveries have been made in the sleep. You are aware of that.
Yes,
Scientific
sir.
discoveries. Large number of scientists, while they slept, they got calculus structure of benzene and so many compound, students, they were able to make in the dreams, because the dreams are also based on what we do the whole day. The classification of proteins has been done, students, on two bases. Can you tell me what are fibrous proteins, students? Fibrous
Sir, fibrous proteins are those proteins in which the polypeptide chains are parallel to each other and are held by hydrogen bonds and disulfide bonds. They have like fiber-like structure.
Give me one example of fibrous protein, students.
Sir, fibrous proteins example one is keratin and other is myosin.
What are globular protein, students?
Sir, globular proteins are those proteins in which the polypeptide chains are coiled to form a spherical structure. They are actually soluble in water.
Give two differences between fibrous and globular protein, students.
Sir, fibrous and difference will be one is that one is the definition, the structure in which the polypeptide chains in fibrous run parallel to each other, and in globular they are spherical. And the second is that fibrous proteins are not soluble in water, and globular proteins are soluble in water.
Okay, I thank you very much for interacting and answering the question. All the answers are correct. Therefore, it is a very good thing that you are learning and learning a lot of important points, students. What we are trying, students. Now, the question before us is going further. We are aware of what proteins are, polymers, 10,000 u bigger than that, molecular masses, students. They are polypeptides. So there are peptide bonds which are present in them. Now the structure and shape of proteins can be studied, student, at four different levels. We'll be doing this for most of the thing. We say primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. As you go to higher level, they become more complex, students. So we will be discussing whatever is in our course, the primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary, and quaternary structures of the proteins. You know, proteins are very, very useful, and your body is made up of proteins, and they are also acting as enzymes in the body, students. What do you mean by primary structure of protein? First thing, when I say primary, students, primary, in the school you go to primary level, then you go to middle, and then you go to secondary. Primary will mean there is some sequence of the amino acid, students, which is forming the polypeptide chains. What we are saying, there is a sequence of, what are they made up of? Amino acids. Sequence of amino acids. These are linked, students, linked, ठीक है, by the
Yes.
polypeptide bond, students. And there is a specific sequence, students. And if I will change this sequence, student, because we have told you how many amino acids, natural amino acids we shown you, student, 20.
20.
So they can link, student, in many ways, and so many possibilities are there. Combinations could be there. A particular specific sequence will be there for a particular student protein. So that will form the primary structure. So polypeptide protein linked with, which has amino acids which are linked in specific sequence, and the sequence of the amino acid will be called the primary sequence of the amino acid will be called the primary structure of the amines, proteins. So the sequence of amino acid, that's what we are saying. What? Sequence of amino acid, student. Sequence of amino acids. That will form a, the sequence will be specific, and that will be the primary structure of the protein. And when, what will happen if I change the sequence of the amino acids in the polypeptide chain, they will form what? They will form polypeptide. What they will form, student? What they will form? Polypeptide chains, students. If I will change the sequence, then what will happen? I will get a different protein, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, there are so many types of proteins. It is not that there is only one protein. This is the first information. See what we said. For example, student, sequence of amino acid in a polypeptide chain. Here is a picture which we have got it for human insulin. Human insulin, student, how many we said has, how many total number of amino acids? 51
51.
amino acids. So there is a definite sequence, specific sequence of the amino acids. And similarly, there will be insulin of other animals, but the sequence could be different, student, but will be a specific one. Here you see chain, these are glycine and valine, these different types of The amino acids we told you students. See, there's a chain, then there's a B chain student. See, 31 and 21. How many? Total 51. 21. And how they are
Yes.
linked student? See, so these are SS sulfide bonds, SS bonds, sulfur, sulfur. See the sulfur at definite position student, the linkage. So this is an example of a polypeptide chain student in the case of the insulin, polypeptide chain, human insulin and SS. You can see this linkage is there. Here also you see the SS linkage.
Yes,
This
sir.
one. See the SS bonds, sulfide bond students. Important. Chemistry, every element is playing its role student. Where you see what type of bonds, hydrogen bonds, sulfide bonds, phosphorus, so many type of bonds is what will make the molecule students bigger and bigger and the properties will change students. Properties will change. Nobody is going to ask you to draw these structures, but we have given information for your sake that question on insulin has been asked
Okay.
because we said proteins were defined as those which have more than 100 amino acids. But we said one example which has been considered as protein because of its properties is insulin, which has only 51. Now you won't forget 51. Clear? 51 amino acids. Okay. That is the primary structure, means there will be a specific sequence of the amino acid. And this is not going to be destroyed when you will do denaturation of the protein. You will see that. What will be destroyed will be the other parts, because otherwise this will break. The protein will be breaking student. Okay, so students, very important point, very important point. Next, primary structure has been formed. After that, they will form a secondary structure of protein. Secondary means what, student? Secondary, second part, secondary structure. This refers to the shape in which long polypeptide chain can exist. Now the shape, students, the shape of these polypeptide chains. They are long chains, so they will take some shape, student. And this polypeptide chain can exist, student. They are found, they have been found, student, experimentally to exist in two different type of structures. One is called alpha helix structure, student, and second is called beta pleated sheet structure, student. This is the secondary structure of the protein, student. Why will such structures arise, student? After all, there should be some bonding. What will happen? Why will anything take a particular shape, student? You know, these are the bonds which will be formed between them. Stable bonds will be formed somewhere. They will make and give a shape to them, students. They are due to regular folding of backbone of polypeptide chains. What we are saying, there is a folding of student backbone student. Do you have a backbone? So polypeptides
Yes, sir.
backbone, student. Regular folding of the backbone, student, of polypeptide chain. It's very long chain, very long chain. You have seen in insulin 51, and in other protein you see more than 100. Okay? Due to hydrogen bonding, student. Hydrogen bonding plays a very important role, student, in our life. Hydrogen bonding between, we have told you what hydrogen bond is and where it will be formed, student. There are, what are the type of group, student? You have this group in amino acids, and you also have, what other group you have, student? NH. This is electronegative. This is electronegative, negative, negative, and this is delta positive, student. So what can happen? These negative, positive, they can form, student, hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds can be formed, and these bonds can be formed within the molecule or within different polypeptide chains. Yes or no? You have heard about
Yes, sir.
intramolecular hydrogen bonding and intermolecular hydrogen bonding. You are aware of that?
Yes, sir.
Intra and inter, students. Within the molecule also things happen. Even you have seen the cyclic structure of glucose, what happens within the molecule. And outside the molecules also you have seen the things are happening. Basic reactions you have seen. So that is why you will get two things, alpha helix and beta plated sheet type. Sheet type means there will be more than one polypeptide chain, students. Sheets. How the sheets will be formed? Okay. All right, student, we proceed further, then we understand now to see the structures of these. The alpha helix is a right-handed helix, student. Right-handed helix with peptide bonds, student, located on the inside and the side chains extended outward. Side chains extending outward, students, and you will see, students, that it is stabilized by regular formation of hydrogen bonds parallel to the axis of the helix. What the hydrogen bond will do? Stabilization. Stability is very important, student. Something which is stable will be formed more. Something which is not stable, it may not exist. That is the story. So the who will make it stable, student? Certain bonds can make it stable, and that shape it will take. So it is stabilized by regular formation of hydrogen bonds parallel to the axis of helix. They are found between amino and carbonyl groups of every fourth peptide bond. So you already have been told there is a CO group and you have student NH. They will form, student, hydrogen bonds uh, parallel to the axis of the helix and every fourth peptide. For example, this picture is given in the books, student, where you see here. See, these are your CO bonds, students, and this it looks like helix, alpha helix. And you can see oxygen. This is NH, where you see CO. This is your CO, student, CO group, and this is your NH. So you see the formation of hydrogen bonds is taking place, NH and CO, NH and CO, and they take the shape of this NH and CO, NH. So they are folding, student, in the form of alpha helix, alpha helix. So this is the secondary alpha helix structure of the protein, student. That is a very common polypeptide chains forms possible hydrogen bonds. They form possible hydrogen bonds, student, wherever it is possible. Possible hydrogen bonds are being formed, student, ठीक है, by twisting into right-handed screw. By twisting into right-handed screw, student. Right-handed screw that is called helix. What is helix? Right-handed screw with the NH group of each amino acid residue hydrogen bonded to CO of the adjacent turn of the helix. So this is happening in alpha helix structure. As you can see, we don't have to draw the structure. Let me tell you very clearly. Nobody will ask you, but we have to be very clear of what type of bonds are being formed, students, which give rise to these type of structures. But in an attempt to show you so that you understand, we are giving these images, students, which we have taken from the sources to show you what type of bonds are being formed. What type of bonds are being formed, student. Then the second we are saying is beta pleated, student, beta pleated sheet structure. Sheets will be formed, student. That will happen when chains will be stretched out to nearly maximum extension and laid side by side. One sheet, one polypeptide chain, other polypeptide chain, and like this, what will happen? So this will they will extend side by side and held together by here. There will be intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Important point. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding, students, between the different polypeptide chains. So the structure resembles the pleated folds of drapery, therefore is known as beta pleated sheet, student. It's like a sheet, beta pleated sheet structure, students. As you can see, here is a one polypeptide chain. This is another polypeptide chain, students. And how they are linking, see the hydrogen bonds, NH of this and CO of this, NH of this and CO of this, like this, CO of this, NH of this. So they are forming sheets, student. This will continue further on both sides. So in beta pleated sheet, two or more segments of a polypeptide line up next to each other. There can be two or more than two, depends. They will line up next to each other, and that's why you say they are forming sheet-like structure, which are held together by intermolecular hydrogen bonds. The hydrogen bond formed between carbonyl and amino groups of backbone. R groups will extend above and below the plane of the sheet, students. So what will happen to R groups? They will extend above and below the plane of these. So this is the example of beta pleated structure. Important question has been asked. What is the difference between alpha helix and beta pleated secondary structure of protein, students? You can see that in the first case, the hydrogen bonding is within the same molecule, same polypeptide chain. Here, different polypeptide chains are linking, students, and extended structure, extended structure. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After this, student, what happens? Proteins are not stopping even at that. Primary means the specific sequence. After that, what is happening? Polypeptide chain has been formed, and there is a very good nitrogen, hydrogen, and CO bonds. So hydrogen bonding takes place in two ways, within the molecule and within different polypeptide chains, giving rise to two types of secondary structures. Then we are coming to the tertiary structure of proteins. What happens further, student? This protein, further the tertiary structure represent overall folding of the polypeptide chains. The polypeptide chains, what they do, student? There is a overall folding, students, of these chain, students. The secondary structure further fold to give rise to tertiary structures, and there are two major molecular shapes which are obtained. What are the two major shapes in which proteins are found, student? We already told you, fibrous and
Globular.
globular. Fibrous and globular, student, these are the tertiary structures. And the question will be, the question which was asked are, what are the forces, students? What are the forces, student, which stabilize 2-degree and 3-degree structures of the proteins? There has to be forces to balance it, to stabilize them. And that is where the chemical bonds are very important, student. Bonds are formed. They will decide the stability. Here you are having, student, what type of bonds? Hydrogen bonds, students. And we have told you disulfide linkages you have seen in insulin.
Yes, sir.
That is why we
Oh,
gave the picture.
okay.
The reason of giving picture is because it helps you in your mind, you get a memory. Okay, Otherwise, students will ask, where is the sulfide? We don't see any sulfide in amino acids. So there are disulfide linkages, students. And van der Waals forces are always there. Van der Waals students forces are, these are attractive forces. You are aware of that. You have read it. And there are some charges, student charges, because you have COH group and NH2 groups.
Yes, sir.
There will be, if more acidic groups are there, what will happen? They can become negatively charged. If you have more NH2, then they can become positively charged. NH2 can take H plus student. So there will be some electrostatic forces of attraction also. Electrostatic forces of attraction. This is the most important part of this. Question was put up on this. The same question can be put again. They'll ask you what are the bonds, what are the forces which are present in 2 degree and 3 degree proteins. Student, very important question. Usually they are asked. From chemistry point of view, bonding is important. We in chemistry mainly we are talking about bonds. We can't show all the complex structure. Okay, this is done. We proceed further, students. For example, student, here we are trying to show you what we are trying to show you, students. Here, students, we are trying to show you, students, what I am trying to show, students, that what type of bonds are there and what type of interactions are there, students. See, this is the structures which we have here, student, how they are folded up. This is a chain, students, see the chain.
Yes, sir.
And how they are going to 2 degree and 3 degree structure, students. There are hydrophobic interactions. These amino acids orient themselves toward the center of the polypeptide to avoid the water. Disulfide bridges their student. The amino acid cysteine forms a bond with another cysteine through its R group. Hydrogen bonds are there. Polar R groups on the amino acid form bonds with other polar R group. Hydrophilic interaction. These amino acids orient towards outward to be close to the water. Ionic bonds. Positively charged R groups bond together. So different type of things are there. Individual amino acid bonded together in a polypeptide chain. Student, these are the hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds are there, student. These are the disulfide bridges, students. Hydrophobic interactions are there. Hydrophilic interactions are there. And ionic plus minus. You see plus minus. So
Yes,
all
sir.
these interactions are there, student. Different type of interaction. These are polymers, student, polymers. So you see that how these polymers are formed, students. Further, what happens, student? Things have not stopped even at this stage. More complex, more complex. Finally, what they call quaternary structure. Quaternary structure of the protein refers to number and arrangement of the protein subunits. There are one protein and other protein subunit, students, now with respect to one another. So different colors means there are different subunits, student. ठीक है? Examples of protein with
Yes, sir.
quaternary structure include hemoglobin, DNA, polymerase, and ion channel. Other assemblies referred to instead as multi-protein complexes also possess quaternary. So finally, what is happening, students? That this is just a diagram to show the quaternary. Some of the proteins are composed of two or more polypeptide chains.
Yes, sir.
Some of the proteins they are composed of two or more than two polypeptide chains, students. Polypeptide chains. ठीक है? They are called subunits. They are called subunit, student. The special arrangement of these subunits with respect to each other. The spatial arrangement of these subunits, students, with respect to each other, student, ठीक है, with respect to each other is known as quaternary structure of the proteins. So that is quite complex, students. As different colors here have been given, so they are different, the subunits. Different polypeptide chains means different colors here. This is a different polypeptide chain. Color is different. This is different. This is different. These are different polypeptide chains which are called subunits, and their special arrangement with respect to each other, you can see. So they form the quaternary structure of the protein, students. What we are forming? Quaternary structure of the protein.
Okay.
So up to now, what we have told you, student, what we have shown: primary structure, 2 degree, 3 degree structure, and finally quaternary structure. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Primary structure will is the one where specific sequence is there. Specific sequence is there, and we have tried to show you for insulin. These pictures are shown to so that we understand these things, student. As I said, a lot of imagination is required because they are three-dimensional things, student. Nobody will ask us to draw these, but just to learn more, we get a lot of information from these images, student. Visualization is important. Visualization we are using, student, in science. What you are using? Visualization.
Yes, sir.
And you are using imagination, student. So just to, and we are trying, main thing is to study the type of bonds, student. There's some important part of the chemistry. What type of bonds are there, where they are, and how in nature they are holding. Basically, the more they are going towards the more stability, student. That's the situation. Every molecule will try to fold, try to form certain bonds so that it becomes more stable. More stable means lower energy, student. Lower energy state, student. If it is unstable, it is not going to exist for a longer period of time, and it will try to change, student, or break into more stable things.
Okay.
Important question has been asked, could be asked again. Very important question. What is denaturation of proteins, student? This has been asked many times. Who has seen the structures of the protein? If I destroy that, what will happen? Then it will become denaturation, student. The type of bonds, if I break those bonds, what will happen? Then the result will be denaturation. How the bonds will break? How the bonds you can break, student, for anything? How you can break the bonds? You will have to supply energy. You will have to heat it sometimes, or you will have to put some acid or something like that, or you have to apply very high amount of stress, student, force. How will you break anything?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And because there are different type of bonds, they are bound by energy, student. Unless I supply energy, bonds cannot break. But we cannot break everything because you have to see how much energy we are supplying. And what is the problem? Problem is that these proteins are in biological systems with three-dimensional structure and have a biological activity. Proteins, student, they have a biological activity. Biological activity, and is very specific. Different proteins are doing different functions in your body, student, and that is called native protein. Native
Okay.
protein means that it, as the protein has a biological activity, student. And when the native protein is subjected to physical change, subjected to, students, physical change, physical change, student. What mean physical change? How will you do it? You change the temperature, student. Heating is one thing. Temperature, student. You are heating something. What is you are doing then? Or student, you can have a chemical change, student. And mostly what we are referring to the change in pH, student. What will be the result of this, student? Hydrogen bonds will be disturbed, student. Hydrogen bonds will be disturbed, students. And globals unfold. What will happen? These global students, they will unfold, and helix will get uncoiled, student. And the result will, protein will lose its biological activity. It will lose its biological activity, students. And that is what we mean by denaturation of protein. Very, very important question. This question is expected, students. What happens during,
Okay.
what happens during denaturation? Another question was that. Question number one, student, we told you. What is denaturation? Question number two, students. Question number two, student. What structure is destroyed, student, during denaturation? Question number three. How denaturation takes place? So tell me, student, what you know about this. You already know what is denaturation. No problem.
Yes, sir.
How how it happens? You take an egg, you boil the egg. What has happened? Are you eating the eggs as it is, or you are boiling it?
Boiling.
Then what happens? White color is protein. If you ever,
It gets denatured.
if you ever see the actual, when it is a pure liquid, liquid is becoming what, student? That becomes, the liquid is converted into some, see the solid form of that white.
Yes, sir.
So that is example of denaturation. Denaturation. What is the, we say, coagulation of the white egg on boiling? That is example of denaturation. You have
Denaturation.
milk, students. What do you
Yes, sir.
make milk? You make curd out of the milk, student. So
Yes, sir.
curding of milk due to formation of lactic acid by the bacteria which is present in the milk, student. There is a protein in the milk, you know. So you are, what you are doing, denaturation of the protein, students, is taking place. So what structure is destroyed during protein? That question has been asked. Which structure is destroyed during when there is a denaturation of the proteins?
Uh, Secondary and tertiary structures will be destroyed.
We have said that it has 1 degree, 2 degree, students. Every time we are talking of that. 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 4 degree structures. Primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. The important thing is that this primary structure will not be destroyed because that is a sequence of the amino acid student. It's a very strong bond. What
Yes,
is
sir.
destroyed student during this process? The secondary,
And the tertiary
tertiary
structures.
structures. So secondary, tertiary structures are destroyed student, but primary structures remain intact. It's a very important point student. That question has been asked. Primary structures remain intact students. And what is destroyed? Secondary and tertiary structures are destroyed because hydrogen bonds are breaking student. Hydrogen, they will unfold, uncoil that. And that is what we mean by the denaturation of protein. It's a very important question, has been asked so many times. This, you know, that these are biomolecules. There is a biological activity, and how many type of proteins are there inside your body? You know, they are performing different type of functions in the body. Like when we will discuss DNA, RNA, you will see that again important role. I will stress on the type of bonds students in our chemistry. What type of bonds are there which makes these molecules? And then you will love it, like it, because that is where we have to think, student, to think. Well, diagram pictures are only shown to help you to understand. They
Yes, sir.
are not required for any exam. The melting and point and solubility in water of amino acids are generally higher than the corresponding halo acids. Is it true? The melting point and
They higher
solubility
than the corresponding.
are generally higher than the
Hello.
corresponding halo acids.
Yes,
But we
sir.
said amino acids.
Yes, sir.
I said amino acid.
Because they exist in the zwitterion form,
They
so
are
they have electrostatic attraction.
they are existing in.
Zwitterion form.
That means they are salt. They are not acid. They are not basic. They are actually forming salt, student. And salts, you know, what do you mean by salts? Salts are soluble in water because they have ionic charges. That's what you are saying. Salts are soluble
Yes, sir.
in water. Is it that thing like that? Is it right?
So there will be electrostatic forces, so it will have a higher melting point and solubility.
Okay. You know, salts have a higher melting point. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Are NaCl and all that, they have higher. What do you say that they are salt? So there are electrostatic forces of attraction, student. Forces, they are stronger always. Ionic compounds are high. Ionic compounds, you know, they have high melting points, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what you are saying. Okay. What is the number two? He's saying, where does the water present in the go after boiling the egg? What happens? You are boiling the egg. Where it is?
Sir, when we boil the egg, the albumin protein of the egg gets denatured and is coagulated. So it absorbs all the water in the egg and makes hydrogen bonds. So
It
water
absorbs
goes there.
all the water. So water is still there, but it absorbs the water in this. Something we have to think for certain answers. Basically, you can see in the exam what type of questions they will give us. There will be some choices. There will be some reasoning, asserting type of questions. So every point we have to think. Without thinking, no answer is possible, as you can see here. Therefore, students, in the proteins, the important takeaway, takeaway student. For every lecture, there is some takeaway students. What we told you in the protein student, they are polypeptides, and how many amino acids are there? More than 100 amino acids, and molecular mass
Yes, sir.
more than 10,000 U. But insulin has how many?
51.
51 amino acids. What type of linkage is there, student? Lin-
Peptide linkage.
Because in nucleic acid, I will show you many types of linkages. That is very important. Question will be there. Nucleic acids we are coming. That's a part of it. What do you call this as? Peptide. In the carbohydrates, what type of bond you said? Glycosidic bonds. That was carbon. There will be other type of glycosidic bonds also. In the formation of fats, we told you ester type of linkage, ester formation, ester bonds, right? Acid and alcohol, ester.
Yes, sir.
Fats, student fats. They are also biomolecules, biomolecule. All these molecules, there are some bonds which are being formed. We will see some other type of phosphor ester bonds, phosphodiester bonds, students. All this will happen. So hydrogen bond. Now you see how important is the hydrogen bond, student. How important is the hydrogen bonds in the organic molecules. In water, it was important because that is how the life existed. But in these biomolecules also, you have hydrogen, then you have seen disulfide linkages also, we have shown it in a particular diagram. Other, they are not visible otherwise. Okay? So we brought the
Yes,
structure
sir.
of insulin to show that type of linkages. So what type of structure you said? 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, and 4 degree. And the what type of forces are there between 2 degree and 3 degree? What forces are told? Important question. What type of bonds I told you?
Hydrogen bonds,
And
disulfide bonds.
and
There were hydrogen bonds, disulfide bonds,
what other forces were there? Van der Waals forces are there.
van der Waals
Electrostatic,
forces,
electrostatic.
electrostatic forces of attraction.
All these are important. That question has been put up so many times, students, so many times. And then you have seen, students, the important points about them, and what do you mean by biological activity of the protein, students, and what do you mean by denaturation, and what type of bonds, what type of structures are destroyed in denaturation? Most important. Primary structure is not destroyed. They are the basic thing. So
Okay.
secondary and tertiary structures will be destroyed. 2 degree and 3 degree structures, they will be destroyed, student. And important difference between, this was put up, the question was difference between alpha helix and beta pleated structure, secondary structure of proteins. What is the difference? What is the difference,
Helix,
student,
alpha
here?
helix, and
Very important
let's
question.
see.
Ma'am, it has been asked many times in the paper. What is the difference between the two? What is the basic difference between the two, student?
In alpha helix structure, uh, in alpha helix structure, the polypeptide chain will form hydrogen bonds by twisting in a right-handed helix, in which the NH group uh, in which the NH group will be hydrogen bonded to C double bond O group of the adjacent turn of the helix.
Why I said this, student, I told you one thing, intra and intermolecular hydrogen bonding. I'm trying to stress on that. This is a basic difference, student. Intra and intramolecular hydrogen bonding, student. Where is the difference? That is the type of question.
Intramolecular is an alpha helix and
That was the thing they
intermolecular
were
is in
asking
beta
you,
helix.
students. Basic structure difference is the most important, but I said bonds are important where we will put maximum energy in the coming exam, students. In because it's a chemistry paper, na, it's not a biology paper.
Okay.
There's a difference between that. That when bio you will do more of genes and all that. In chemistry, they will talk more about chemistry of the chemical reactions or bonds and what type of bonds are there, student. And linkages, but again and again I repeat the linkages. All right, student, this is the total end of this what I talk of the proteins, and we will continue more about this chapter in the next lecture because more important information is coming because DNA, RNA, and a few other important points in this which we will be discussing. uh, in enzymes and vitamins also required for the body. It's a biochemistry, but it has great knowledge for us because we are human beings and all this is happening inside our body, students. And our main interest, we will learn more and more chemistry which is going on inside the body, students. Because even when I talk of essential and non-essential amino acids, then I say essential fats and non-essential fats. See, now you will easily make up what are essential fats. What do you mean by essential fat? If I put a question like that, what will be your answer, students? Eh,
Essential will be which cannot synthesize by our body.
Yes, that is the point. Now you have started understanding the meaning of everything. You can now use your common sense to answer many questions. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything is science, students. Your body is a manufacturer, but it cannot manufacture everything. And what it cannot manufacture, I have to produce, give it from the food and diet. Clear? That's all
Yes, sir.
science of life is about. Right? We have learned it from the knowledge of books and all that. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I pass all that information to my students. That so you can think yourself now. That's my point. In not that everything we have to read and study in the book. Something we will try to see ourselves. So your brain starts working, and that is what science means. Student, you think and you become a scientist. And you will become a scientist, no problem. And your parents can also learn from you. Everybody can learn from you, student. The reason I teach is because I learn more after teaching and I want to distribute this knowledge to the students as much as possible. That's why I say keep on sharing my videos with your friend student. It will help. It will pass on the information. It is very important. We must spread this knowledge. Whatever knowledge we have very less knowledge, very limited knowledge, but even that we should be able to distribute to the people. Clear? Whatever we
Yes,
know,
sir.
doesn't matter. Help the people, help the student, don't worry. So kindly share our videos with all your friends and ask them to subscribe because we are going to talk of science in chemistry and teach you basics of that. That's all. Okay, good night. I thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much for answering all the questions intelligently and brilliantly. So continue and keep on participating with us. These are live interactions, live webinars, and we will be having some webinars on how to write exams also very soon, where all will be invited and anyone can join. Okay, bye bye. Then I see you in the next class.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.